Hello, everybody. Good morning. I guess it's Saturday morning. so, I haven't done a video for a long time, but things have not been going right. When life goes in cycles. It seems like a few weeks ago, it was little things, just like nothing major, but just annoying things. But the last few days, it's been more major stuff. So, like, I use my iPad, and then it wasn't charging. I checked the cord, and here it was frayed. But usually you can still use it for a couple of weeks, but no, no way. So I ordered a new one. Actually came fairly quicker than I thought. And actually it would have been even quicker, but because Sunday was, well, they don't work Sunday, don't deliver Sunday, and then Monday was a holiday here. So, but I got it Tuesday, so I was all happy. Finally got my iPad back and plugged it in, everything, nothing, still not charging, so it must be the battery. So I'm having to use my phone. Oh, I hate using my phone for everything. It's very awkward, but it is what it is. I'm great. I should be grateful that at least I can use something, so I am for that. So, anyways, if anybody sees this, I hope you say a prayer for Ukraine. That has really bothered me. That uh, usually I don't get involved in politics or pay a lot of attention to stuff like that. But when I, like a few, excuse me, whenever it was a while ago when they were talking about Russia was talking about um, invading Ukraine, I thought, why? Why are you want to do that? And I know there's no reasonable answer, but most of us always, when something bad happens or it's going to happen, we always ask, like, why? And I don't know. And now they're fighting. I feel so bad for the people. Uh, just leave them alone. Like, I'm really upset about it. It's just really, I know, I know I shouldn't. Well, I shouldn't say it shouldn't. I mean, we should. People should care, but it's. I guess I'm taking it more personal than I should, and I'm not Ukrainian at all. Not, or at least not to my knowledge. I would love to do that testing, that 1, 2, 3, whatever they call it, but I'm sure I'm 90% um, English. Like, my dad was from England, my mom's mom, my grandma was from England. Um, now my grandpa, my mom's dad, he was born in Ontario. I'm not quite sure of his ancestry, but so that's the only one that would kind of be maybe a little bit of mixture in there, but I'm pretty sure it's not Ukraine. But anyways, yeah, it just really has got me bothered by that, by them invading them, and I don't know why. Why shouldn't I mean? I think a lot of people, it's bothering a lot of people, but I'm just taking it more personal than I should have. But um, anyways, so there's that. What else? Hmm. There's other things too, but I can't think off the top of my head. Oh, my son was been kind of snarky with me. I don't know why. I don't know if he's mad at me or I know he doesn't like his boss at work, so it could be just his job bothering him. I'm not sure. And we haven't gone for coffee for a long time. We haven't had time to really talk. Just he comes and takes my garbage for me. And that's another thing. I phone him the night before and ask him if he can take the garbage the next day. And I'm to text him the next day to remind him. He has a really bad memory, as I do too. So, anyways, I text him, in the morning or afternoon to remind him to get the garbage after he gets off work, and I put it out on the landing. So, anyways, I forgot. He came one day last week. I totally forgot to text him. I phoned him the night before, but I totally forgot to text him. So he was giving me attitude about that, about not texting him, which I found kind of ironic. I thought, I'm texting you to remind you because you'll forget. But I forget and you're giving me a hard time. But anyways, I'm so grateful that he is doing the garbage for me. Anyways, the landlord called me. People below me there was water leaking coming from my apartment, and I said, well, I don't think so. I said, I know I hadn't had a shower yet, so, and I don't use a sink in the bathroom. I use it in the kitchen because where my sink is, it's just in an awkward spot, and I have stuff right by there, so I just go in the kitchen and wash my hands in the kitchen. Well, I checked underneath the sink and it looked okay, but I can't get under there. Like, I can't go that low. So, anyways, I asked my son if he would come, and my landlord said empty everything out underneath the sink and check it. So we did. My son came and did that for me. And then he took the garbage. It was the day he was going to take the garbage anyways, but so it worked out good. But anyways, what else was I going to talk about? Huh. Cold. Holy moly. It has been so cold here. It's not even funny. Big deep freeze. Slowly warming up. I think last Saturday, though, or the Saturday before, it had warmed up enough. We had rain, which was really unusual this time of year. But of course, a very bad time to get it, because of course, then it turned to snow and ice. So highways were closed. Major accident not far from here with semis. Four or five semis were involved, and then numerous vehicles. That was just the other day, actually. And we're in this deep freeze, but it has warmed up today. Well, Friday. Today's Saturday already. Friday it started to warm up finally. Nothing to brag about, but heck of a lot better than minus 45, 40. So thankfully we're warming up. What else was there? Oh, I go on TikTok. I like TikTok. And this lady, I was watching her. She had uh she had been pregnant. This is when she was 17. She met this lady or girl. Well, I guess kind of same age as her. They had mutual friends. She was pregnant, supposedly, and they became friends and hung out all together, all the time. Well, she came over to the TikToker's place, and something just was off. Like, she just felt something was wrong. Well, the girl started a fire in her closet, in the TikToker's closet. So they found the fire department, and someone checked her bag. This girl's bag, and she had 2 butcher knives, rope. I forget all stuff in there. She was gonna kill the girl and take her baby because she was 9 months pregnant. And oh man, I can't imagine something like that. Um, but the girl said she had a bad feeling. She just knew something wasn't right. So, and that saved her because the girl had told her, go close your eyes. I got a surprise for you. Go in your room. So they go in her room. And the girl said, I'll count to three. And then you can turn around. So she said that's when she got this just awful feeling. The girl got to two and she turned around. And that's probably what saved her life. She didn't see the knife or anything because the girl, it startled her, so she didn't do anything. But it probably saved her life. She realized later. So, wow. Crazy. I'm just talking. I haven't talked to anybody for, long, like had a chat with somebody. So I'm just doing this to hopefully feel better. Um, feel like I'm talking to somebody, even though I'm not really, but just something to do in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. I have been taking sleeping pills, but I don't want to take them every night. And I did take them like the night before. I did sleep, but not a heck of a lot. So um, I'm just gonna not take them for a day or two, and then I get good and tired, and I'll take a couple, and then I go. Hopefully, I'll have a good sleep. So what I want to go check something, but I don't think I don't know if I can or not. And still, oh hi Michelle, I, have you been there for a while? I'm sorry, I didn't even know you were here. I'm just talking to myself. Hi Michelle, how are you? You're up early, you're late, or I haven't. Well, I can't say I haven't gone to bed. I am in bed, but um, I've been watching like Netflix and YouTube. Oh, I got normally I don't like to get things where I have to pay every month. Oh, you did surprise me. A nice surprise. Very nice surprise. Thank you. Things have been going kind of crappy, so it's good. Thank you. But I tell myself, I don't know, do you have a saying or a motto? Mine is this too shall pass. If I'm having a bad time, I try to remember. Sometimes I forget, but I try to remember this too shall pass. Because it does. It always does. But um I mean, I know it's not gonna change anything, but it does make me feel a bit better. So anyways, like I said, I don't like to get something where I have to pay every month. But because I only get Netflix, and then my that's under my son's account, so I don't pay for that. And of course, YouTube, of course, is free. Discovery Plus, and I don't even know. I forget how I even heard about it, but it's $7.95 a month. Well, I pay more. It would be cheaper if you got if you let them run ads. I don't want to be bothered with ads. I don't have patience for it. So I pay $7.95, but I don't have any ads. It's real. I'm really enjoying it. It's got just a great variety. Like I like true crime, lots of true crime, documentaries. They have TLC, which I like, um, and nice shows, like, family shows too. Oh, yours is crappy too. Yeah, it does pass, Michelle. um, I try not to think of that expression when things are going okay. I don't try not to think of it then, but um, yeah, I I don't know. I'm gonna ask you a crazy question. It's in the middle of the night, so um, do you believe we're at the end of time? Like this is the end of time? Like it's just so much COVID and then Ukraine and just awful things. I kind of don't think it's the end of times, but I wonder, sometimes I wonder. How's your family? How's your girls? Or, sorry, you have a girl and a son, right? I know you have a daughter. I know for sure you have a daughter. Um, and I think a son, right? And your mom? How's your mom doing? I know she was sick there, or she had surgery or something. Yeah, I really deep down, I don't think it is the end of times, but just sometimes I wonder. But no, I don't. But hasn't the world been nuts, like absolutely crazy? I think COVID really like really um uh how do I say this? I think it's really put a really bothered some people, and they um are not themselves, so to speak. But so your family, how is your family? Mine are all doing good. My youngest son went to him and his wife went to Cuba. Um, when did they go to Cuba? Just like recently. Oh, good. Your mom's doing good. Oh, you have two daughters and one son. Okay. I could remember. I remember a son and a daughter. I thought pretty sure, but yeah. Now when you say two daughters, I remember now. Yeah, it's hard when your children aren't close by. Yeah, my youngest son lives 7 hours away approximately. He's in the same province as me, but like far. He's 7 or 8 hours. Yeah. But I do have one. My oldest son is here in town, so um. But I try not. I don't want to be a burden. Um. So I've always never really asked for help unless I really, really needed it. Um. But then when I couldn't do the garbage anymore, like I just couldn't catch my breath. I hated to ask him because that's that's a continuous thing, that's not, once in a while I call and ask for a ride, but not very often. Um, it'd be rarely. This though is every week, and I hate that. I hate doing that. He doesn't seem to mind though. He doesn't complain or anything, but um mind you, he knows if he did complain, I would just stop telling him, I wouldn't use him anymore for that. Um but yes, the world and people, it's just crazy. And New York, like the attacks in New York, it's just I mean, I know New York has always been kind of a dangerous city, but it's even seemed to have gotten worse. There's a guy I watch, he's on YouTube, and because that's one of my dreams. I would love to go to New York. Um, so I don't watch him every time, but periodically I watch him. And he walks through Central Park and walks in different areas of the city. He works, I guess in the morning he walks to work, but he goes different ways all the time. And I kind of worry about him. Like I thought, ooh, but so far he's been okay. So you still have uh one daughter in school yet, right? Or was she going to university or college? I know. Yes, I know. I'd be scared. They had one clip showed, and I don't blame them. The people were all on the wrong side because they didn't want to be close to, they didn't want to, they were scared of getting pushed. So they were actually on the wrong side. Um, so how they get on the train, subway, I don't know, but um, just crazy. It's sad. It's sad. So some of that, I wonder if that's because of COVID. Not all, of course. I mean, we've always had issues with mental health and stuff, but I think COVID has pushed some people really over the edge. I'm so thankful that um, I never really went out much. In the last 2 or 3 years, like before COVID. I mean, I went out a lot more than I do now, but not a lot. So I was used to staying home. Oh yeah, just that's sad when you think of it. I mean, you can't. I don't know how you'd afford a taxi in New York. That would be, you just people can't afford that. That's their transportation. I mean, in New York, you need. I mean, you have to catch a bus or subway or some train, something. Um, when I first moved to the city I'm in now, It's about 50. We made the 50,000 mark. So, but it's a small city, obviously. But I always felt okay here when I moved here years ago, first moved here years ago, because I could walk and I could walk anywhere. Um, in fact, I hardly ever took the bus. I would just walked. Um, and then I moved to Winnipeg, which is, of course, a lot bigger city. I was terrified, absolutely terrified, because I thought if I get in the wrong area, I'm going to have to take a bus. I have no choice. And the first time I caught a bus, I just shook like a leaf. I don't know. I was really scared, but I got over it. And in Winnipeg, and I think in a lot of cities, like bigger cities, uh, you have an area. There's each section, kind of sections, if you will. Like in Winnipeg, there's Transcona, there's West Kildonan, and just like stuff, different areas. So you would go in the shop, you'd have your doctor, you kind of stay in your own area. Yes, yeah, you're right. I think, yeah. That talking about, and this though for me, and you're right. Yeah, I think in since COVID, it has changed. Yes, definitely. This was uh, well, it was before COVID, so I'm gonna say 3 summers ago, I guess. I'd gone to there's a corner store just, uh 2 or 3 blocks from where I live. And I'd gone there and I was on my way home. And I was sitting at a bench, halfway between the store and home to rest. And I'm looking at this guy. He's a real big guy. I've seen him when I used to work. I used to a couple of times I run into him, and that was kind of scary. He's a really big guy, very intimidating. Um, and this was in the winter, so it was dark early. And I know one time he stopped and asked me for money, and I said no, I didn't have any. Um, so, anyways, that was so I'd seen this guy before. So this was in the summer though, when I was sitting on the bench, nice summer day. I seen him across the street walking. All of a sudden, he starts yelling, and he's looking. He appears to be looking at me, and he's yelling. I'm like, what is going on? So he starts to cross the street to come where I'm sitting, and I kind of like freak. Um, right behind me, there was an apartment block, but I knew I'd never make it to the door before he reached me. So across the street was like an auto body shop. So I just got up and started crossing the street. One way as he's coming towards me, I'm going, um, because yeah, I don't know what he was saying. He was just yelling and he scared the crap out of me. I don't know. He left me alone. Like mind you, I that like I crossed the street to get away from him. So I don't know. I think maybe he thought I was staring at him. I'm not sure. I don't know. And then but I was scared. And then about 2 3 months later, I was going into my apartment building, and all of a sudden, right over my shoulder, like right in my face, he said something. I didn't know it was him. Like I heard this voice, and I looked and here it was him. Oh, but at that time I was mad. He made me mad that time. I didn't have a chance to get scared. I was too mad. But he didn't do nothing. I don't know what. I don't even know what he said. I just got in the door and he went away. But that was that. I mean, that was before COVID. I don't know if he was drunk or drugs. I don't know. Yeah, it was scary. So he didn't, I guess, well, what he was going to do the first time, like when he was yelling at, I'm sure he was yelling at me because he was looking right at me and just yelling. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe I was staring. Not, you know how, have you ever done that? Like, kind of stare off into you're not really staring. You're kind of in your own world. You're daydreaming or whatever, but it would look to someone else maybe that you're staring. I don't know if that's what I was doing. I have no idea. Yes, he could have meant. Yes, I think that. I think that was more than anything. I actually think it was mental health because he didn't appear drunk. And I didn't smell booze. I didn't smell anything. So yeah, I think it was mental health more than anything. But that's scary too because you don't know if they're hearing voices, and if the voices are telling them to do something, you don't know. But he never did nothing to me. My son, I had my cane. That I was like when he scared me that time. I had my cane. And my son said, "Well, just hit him with your cane." I said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "He's huge. I would just make him mad. If I hit him, no," I said, "I wouldn't hit him with my cane. I'd just make him mad." And then I said, "I'd really be in trouble then." I said he was mad already. But, oh, hi, Nick. Yeah, Michelle, me too. Hi, Nick. You're up early, or you're either up early or you haven't gone to bed yet. What are you up to? Before I came on here, I was watching Netflix. Shameless, the last season. Well, no, I'm rewatching the season before because that's what I hate about these shows. It takes so long before the new season drops. I always forget what happened. So I'm watching um, the season before to catch up. Oh, Nick left, I guess, or Michelle left. I don't know. Someone left. Oh. Yeah, I haven't done a video for a while. But other health wise, basically the same. I had a bad uh oh gosh, oh maybe I was gonna say spring. We haven't even hit spring yet, so oh my goodness, this must have been last year. Sometime last year, my breathing really got bad there for a while. Like worse than normal. Yeah, so that was when I went to take the garbage out. I couldn't do it. But other than that, now my breathing's back to for the most part. There's the odd day it's bad, but um no, my back's really bad, really sore. But it's been like that too, so Things are the same, basically. Um, I have not, I don't know if I told you, uh, my doctor put in for me to go for a sleep study because I probably have sleep apnea. She put in the request last April. I still have not heard. Um, so yeah, I don't know. If I don't hear, I'm going to give it all of April. The only thing is, if they put in another request, that puts me back to the bottom of the pile again. So I don't know what to do. Well, it's not actually better. How should I say this? Like last spring, it got really bad for a while, and then kind of came back to the way it was. Oh, hi, JC. Good morning or good evening. No, holy shoot. A week, holy cow. I was told, well, the doctor told me it can take anywhere from 6 months to a year. Um, but we're going on to a year. So, but she also told me they also go by if you're in, if you're in more necessary, how do I say it? I would be at the more move up more to the top of the list because of my health. They do that. They don't put you, but obviously not with me. Oh, you might have sleep apnea too. My youngest son has sleep apnea. Where are you, JC? Are you in Switzerland? Are you in Switzerland? Yeah, my son has. I don't know if he uses his. I know he has a machine, but he's really bad for using it. Oh, Switzerland. My mom always wanted to go to Switzerland. Um, but she would never fly anyway, so it'd be pretty hard to get to Switzerland. But um, it was because of the Alps and the mountains. But yeah, yeah, Switzerland. Yeah, it looks like a pretty country. Isn't that where the Sound of Music was that where it was, Switzerland, or was that in Austria? Yeah, my I don't think my traveling days, I don't think unless my health really improves, but um like I was telling Michelle earlier, I've always wanted to go to New York City, but I would have a I would rent or get a motorized scooter, something that could, you know, and I'd have to have someone go with me. I couldn't go alone. Um, so I don't think I'll be going there either. And things really improve. Though the way they're attacking people in New York, I don't know. Doesn't sound like too safe a place. Burn. I've heard of burn. Oh, somebody left again. Maybe he did. Are you still here, Michelle? Oh, yeah. Not where I live. No, because there's stairs at the front and the back. I always leave in the back because there's only three small stairs. But still, no, I can't have I'm thinking of moving though to like a seniors complex. They're more handicap friendly. Like my apartment building is just a regular apartment building. So uh, yeah, I can't get anything right now. Just my walker. I have my walker, but I mean, I have to push it. Of course, it's not. Um, yeah, I get it so I can sit. If I'm somewhere and I can't, I'm able to at least sit with it. Oh no, I'm in Canada. I'm in Canada. Michelle's in the US. So, we got Canada, the US, and Switzerland. I'm right. I'm basically in the middle of Canada. I'm in Manitoba, and we're like central Canada. We're considered Western Canada, but I'm pretty well slap dab in the middle. And Michelle is close to Ontario, I think. Uh, Minnesota or Michigan? Though the cats are good. Yeah, um, they're like kids. I don't know if you have. I don't remember if you have pets or not. I'm sorry. Forgive me. My brain isn't. Oh, from Quebec. Oh, that's funny. Your English teacher's from Quebec because they speak mostly French in Quebec. um, Coop or the cats are like kids. That one will find a favorite spot to sleep, like like Peanut, who's the older cat. He'll find a place he likes to sleep. Next thing you know, Cooper's sleeping there. Um, so they're like typical brothers. They gotta, with younger brothers, gotta have what the older brother has. Michigan, right? Holy cow! 4 official languages. Let me guess. Don't tell me. I'm gonna say English, French. I don't know why I'm saying French. I don't know. English, French. Is there a Swiss language? I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Uh oh, okay, I'm stumped. What about you, Michelle? What do you think? What do you think his or her? I'm sorry. I don't. What do you think the official language is? Us, we have. Oh, German. German. Oh no, English. English isn't one. Okay. German, French, Italian, and Roman. Holy cow. Oh, two dogs. You have two dogs. I miss having a dog. I'm happy for my cats. Wouldn't trade them for the world, and I'd always want cats. I like them both the same. I like dogs and cats the same. I'll never have a dog again though. I know that. Well, I shouldn't say that. Never say never, but I'm pretty sure I won't have a dog again. Though I'd love to. I'd love to, but oh, I should have guessed German. No, me either. I certainly wouldn't have guessed Italian and Roman. Those two for sure. I wouldn't have guessed. So I only was one right, French. Can you speak all of them, JC? Like Canada, as you probably know, it's French and English, but majority of us only speak English, except for Quebec, of course, and the province beside them, I think, is New Brunswick. They speak a lot of French. More people in the East Coast probably can speak both language. Oh, German and English? Oh, okay. I always wanted to learn Spanish. I want to learn Spanish. And Michelle, that's right, that the US really, I was told the US really doesn't have an official language per se, like, correct me if I'm wrong, you would know more than I would, of course. It's good to have more than one language if you can. Like I know in our provincial building here, you have to speak both languages. You have to speak both English and French. Even though in my city we all speak English, nobody speaks French here unless they are actually French. But uh, I tried to learn Spanish. It's hard though. North is German, south is Italian, east is Roman, and west is French. Okay. Rome. What is Rome? Is Roman? Is that's not Latin, right? Oh, your first language is German? How big is your country? Is Switzerland a big country? Like, oh, Romania. Okay. Wow, you got all, holy cow. Did they have to speak more than one language in your like government buildings? Yeah, I think so too, Michelle. I said I want Canada to be like Switzerland, neutral. Sometimes I get overwhelmed and I just want us to shut our borders, pretend nothing's wrong, and I know that's wrong, but or just mind our business. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess every country has a major we didn't we used to be just English, like was our national language. And then was it I think it was in the 80s is when late 80s was when we went to like when we added French, which I was totally against. I have nothing against the French, don't get me wrong. Um I just didn't think it was necessary that we had to make Canada like two official languages because then we had to change all the signs. Like it cost millions of dollars, and I said, for what? Quebec always spoke French, and it always would, and it always will, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Um, I mean, it's nothing changed, is what I mean, really, except to work in the government offices. Now you have to speak both languages. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, I say the same exactly. Yeah, like Trudeau is such an idiot. He's letting in, um, is it 66,000 refugees? We have homeless people. Um, we have seniors that, and I'm one of them sometimes, cannot afford our medication. And there's always talk, oh, well, yeah, our medicine, if you reach a certain level, then your medication is paid for. Yeah, but you have to reach that level first. And because I don't always get the medication I should, it could take me forever to reach that threshold. Oh, really? You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? What happened? Huh. I hope you can hear me now. I didn't do anything. Can you? Ah. Oh, right. When you say High German, we had neighbors. This is years ago when I lived in my hometown. They came for the summer. Her husband worked cleaning culverts and that, so they came every summer, and they spoke what was called Low German. They were, I don't know, kind of like Mennonites. Have you heard of Mennonites? They were kind of like Mennonites, but they spoke Low German, whatever that is. Oh, and I've heard of Swiss German or German Swiss. Hope you can hear me, Michelle. I don't know. Oh, that's too bad. I don't even know how to type. Like, I don't like a phone. Um, oh, you have to learn. Oh, I missed that part. You have to learn two Germans. Oh, wow. High German and German Swiss. Oh my goodness, I'm not good with language. I wanted to learn Spanish, um, but uh, I've quit. I haven't tried for a long time, but when I was in grade 7, we had to take French, but just for that 1 year. Okay. What other country are you near? It must be close to Italy, right? If Italy is one of your official languages. I hope you can hear us or hear me, Michelle. So, did you learn at home, JC? Like, oh, good. I wish I could type. I uh, I was going to type for you to leave and come back, see if that helped, but uh, well, I'm glad you can hear now. So, did you learn at home, JC? Like when you were young, did you start? Were you learning both languages at home? I think it helps if you're young. The younger you are, and mind you, some people have a knack for learning languages. I don't. I wish I did. Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, I didn't have a chance to. My father was from England. My mom's mom was from England. So yeah, we just spoke English, which I guess is good. English is spoken, most places. Though when I was in Mexico, uh, a lot of people didn't speak English. Oh, when I went to Quebec, that was in the early 90s. My youngest son, graduated from boot camp. So I went to see his graduation. And I was in a small town in Quebec. And a lot of them couldn't speak English. Okay. Like kind of like an accent thing. Like the US? Oh, Michelle, I gotta ask you this. I noticed this about, and it doesn't matter what accent you guys have, like whether it's from Southern US or the New York accent or wherever you are. When you say vehicle, it's always vehicle. Like, no, how do you vehicle? You have that little, um, how do I say it? I just laugh because it's the only word I notice it. You all say it the same way. Doesn't matter what your accent is. Vehicle. Yeah. Where we say here vehicle. It's just, vehicle. I used to like a southern accent, until I worked on the phones. But it's probably more the job. But I thought if I hear you all, one more time, I'm going to scream. And I wanted to say, I'm only one person. I'm not you all. But I was cranky. I was, but I like New York accents. I love New York accents. And it's so funny because, I don't think I have an accent, but I guess I do. When I was on the phone, this is when I worked in Winnipeg. I worked for Publishers Clearinghouse, and a customer called in, and he was from New York. You could tell from his accent. And he said, "Oh, I like your accent." I'm going, "I don't have one." He goes, "Yeah, you do." I said, "Okay." I said, "I like yours too." He says, "I don't have one." I said, "Yeah, you do. You have a New York accent." I know it's yeah, vehicle. Right. Is that how you say it? Vehicle. 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 It's that little bump. I don't know how else to say it. But you all say that. Doesn't matter uh where you're from in the US. Like it doesn't matter what your accent is. You say it all the same, that one word. Really? Oh, Texas? I'm trying to think. I was in Texas when I was going to Mexico. I stopped in Texas quite a few times. Um, I don't really remember an accent. They probably had one, I just don't remember. Really again? I know about when they say we say a boot, but against. Do I have it? I didn't know that. Against. No, I know I have an accent. I believe you guys. I believe. Um, but it's funny how you don't think you do, kind of. Uh, but I had a friend from Quebec. Well, she used to be from Quebec. She was when she first came to Manitoba. She couldn't speak a word of French, word of English. I That was long before I met her, but she was one smart cookie. That one, I'll tell you. But anyways, her and her husband, they were French. So if they want, they would speak French. And I said to her one day, I said, "Boy, you guys speak fast." And she looks at me, she said, "You guys do too." And then I realized, we kind of talked about it. We realized when it's another language, it does sound like people are talking fast when they're talking in their language. Yeah, Michelle, I started to pay attention to that. I don't know why. I never thought anything of it at first. I just thought it was whoever was saying it. I don't know where they were from, and then I realized It doesn't matter where you're from. You can be from the south, New York, north. You all say vehicle the same way. But yeah, like my friend said, because when she was learning English, she said, I thought you guys talk fast tonight. And I thought, well, it makes sense. Yeah, if you don't know the language, um, yeah, because when I was in Mexico, I thought they talk really fast. So you've been to Texas. Have you ever been to Canada, JC? Yeah, it does. If you ever come to Canada, go to BC. Beautiful province. It's one of our beautiful best or one of our prettiest province. It's got the mountains. Oh, you don't have the okay. Water. And down east, I've never been east of the furthest east I've been is Quebec. And I didn't see a lot of Quebec because I flew into Montreal. And then I took a cab to the town I was staying in. But beautiful. And from what I see, Quebec is a very pretty province. But my sister, she went on a tour in the fall. Like they went down east to like New not Newfoundland. Newfoundland's an island, but she like down like really down Nova Scotia and up through Maine, US, and to see the fall foliage, and it looks really pretty too. Oh, a bee. That's like the Spanish. What is it? Is it the two L's? They don't pronounce the two L's. I forget now. Yeah, there's something when I was trying to learn Spanish, how they pronounce. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's BC is really pretty. It'd be like home for you, JC. It's got the mountains. That's why my mom loved BC. She's the one that wanted to go to Switzerland, but so she went to BC instead. She got married in BC. She had my two oldest sisters in BC. Um, but yeah, BC is a beautiful province. Yeah, the two. I knew there was something with the two L's. I couldn't remember. Right, and the R's. Isn't that where they roll their R's? Spanish roll their R's. Oh, yes, hockey. Yes, hockey's our major, what do you call it? Our national, I was going to say national anthem. No, not our national anthem. Our national sport was hockey. Yes. Both my sons played hockey. My youngest son loved Wayne Gretzky. That's when he played with the Edmonton Oilers. Oh my gosh. He just loves Wayne. Well, he still loves Wayne Gretzky. Then Wayne Gretzky went to Phoenix. At one point, he was playing in Phoenix, which is weird. I mean, Arizona's a hot climate. But, anyways, my son and his friend actually flew to Arizona to watch a hockey game. And the border, whatever, asked what they were doing. And my son said, came to watch hockey. And he goes, you came from Canada to watch hockey in Phoenix? My son goes, yep, I want to see Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, it makes a difference. I when I came back from Mexico, I had books and I would sit in the coffee shop for an hour or two and try and learn it. But like you say, if you don't have someone to speak it, I mean, yeah, it's pretty difficult. So I gave up. But you would know more about Spanish than I would. And it's funny, right when I was lived in Mexico, like when I stayed at the teacher's house, I guess we call it, right across the street was I don't know what you want to call it. It wasn't a store per se, like we would think of a store, but they sold like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. And then they close. They closed for an hour or two in the afternoon for a siesta. Then they'd open up, and they were open quite late at night. Um, and I would go there all the time. Of course, they didn't speak a word of English, and I didn't speak a word of Spanish, and I know that annoyed them. So I remember how bad it made me feel. But I understood it. I get it. I do. I get it. If someone came here and couldn't speak English and they're talking, well, I do get that. There's a lot of East Indians in my city, lots. They have a very strong accent. I can't understand a word they're saying. You got to meet Sidney Crosby. Okay, yeah, I've heard of him. Oh, that would have been nice, Michelle. Yeah, like I know. Uh, I don't know where it comes. I don't know what if it's a company or what, but uh, to learn Spanish, a lot of people they put you into a family in Mexico, and all they do is speak Spanish, and you live with this family. Like, of course, you have to pay for it and everything, but um, yeah, you live with the family, and all they do is speak Spanish. Oh God, I would die. I would get frustrated. Um, but I guess, you know, especially if you're younger, it's probably the way to learn. So you like hockey, JC? You must have hockey in Swiss. Well, no, I guess you don't have professional like NHL like in Switzerland. I'd like to go to Spain. My friend, when I was living up north, she always wanted to see those horses in Spain. Those white horses. I think they are in Spain. and she wanted to always go there. And so I know they were talking about her and her husband and me and another friend of hers were going to go. We both asked if we could go with them. But my friend is very, I don't want to say cheap. She's not cheap, but very cost, what word am I looking for? Cost, very aware of cost. Like, I can't think of the word I want to use, but she wanted to stay in like hostels. Now, back then, in my mind, I had a very dim view of hostels. I thought we'd all like there'd be 10 of us in a, and what about I said, what about our stuff? We want to leave our stuff, and you're gonna get stolen. And I said, if the four of us go, we can share a hotel room and split the costs. But none of us ever went anywhere. But yeah, frugal's a word. Yeah, that wasn't the word, but yeah, that's a good word. Frugal. She is frugal. Um, Cost awareness. I don't know what I'm thinking of. You play a lot of hockey in Switzerland. Yeah, both my kids played from 5 up until they were 16, 17, and then they reffed. They reffed. My ex was, um, he was a ref. Yeah, that's a good word too. Cost conscious. Maybe a something like that. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's pretty close. Yeah, that's probably it. Cost conscious. Yes. Yeah, I don't want to say cheap. She wasn't cheap. That kind of has a bad connotation. Like nothing wrong with being that, but in Winnipeg, when I lived in Winnipeg, I called it the cheap theater. I didn't mean any disrespect. It was $2 to go to the movies, which is cheap, like, right? Not expensive. So, anyways, I called to ask I don't know what I called about. And I said cheap theater. So the girl got all offended. It's not cheap, it's just not expensive. I'm like, okay. Yeah, yeah, you're trying, Michelle. That's true, Michelle. Yeah, you learn fast when you have, yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Yeah, I'm cheap too. And I have to be as well, yes. I don't think there's anything wrong with the word cheap in that connotation, like in that instance. I don't see a negative to it. Now it's different if you say that person looks cheap, then that's kind of insulting. But um, no, to say if I said, "Oh, you should buy bananas, they're really cheap," I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that's offensive. Um, or cheap theater. Exactly, yeah, Michelle, especially a single mom. Yep, I got you, girl. I know. Um, have you noticed the food has got outrageous JC, is it the same in Switzerland? I know both the US and Canada. And the reason I can say US too is because lots of people from the US on YouTube and that have been talking about groceries. Um, uh, yeah, exactly, Michelle. It depends on how you use it. Um, Groceries, my lord. I know it was it last summer? Late, so I know, like usually years, or not years, like last year, for the most part, I get paid once a month. So that's when I would get groceries and pay my bill, like pay everything, rent and, phone and whatnot. And I would have, if I was lucky, I'd have $40, $50 left over. Not a lot, but it was something, right? Well, then I got groceries, had no money left, nothing. Once I got, like, all my bills were paid, and I had groceries, I had food, but there was no extra money. So I just thought, oh, I spent more, I spent a little too much on groceries or something. So I didn't really think a lot of it because my bills basically stay the same, like the rent and phone and hydro is basically the same every month. So I just thought I spent more on groceries. Next month, same thing, no money. I'm like, what the hell am I buying? So I went in my account, checked my bank, and checked my, food, like what I bought. And then I realized, holy crap, groceries had went up. And that was like late last summer. And then of course it just kept going up. Everything went up $2 or $3, not 50 cents, not 75, no. $2 and $3 a jump. But I wanted $6, even though it said 5. Okay. Well, you wanted to buy a hot dog, but I wanted $6, even though it said 5. Okay, you kind of lost me there, JC. Yes. Oh, that's true. It's like it's not going to get any better. Um, and then so yeah, I'm trying to figure out, what what I can eat that's going to be reasonable, but um, and then this convoy that went to Ottawa, that really I think put a wrench in everything. Oh my goodness. And now they're in the US doing it, that convoy thing. Oh, I got you now, JC. That's because of Michelle, but now I know what you mean, JC. Michelle caught it right away. I didn't. I'm doo doo. Right, okay. Yeah, taxes. You not have taxes, JC, on your food or no? I guess, yeah, for people who aren't used to it, they'd be wondering, well, it says $5. How come I have to pay, like $6 when it says 5? Yeah, that would oh, oh, yeah, JC. But yeah, you would think that though, because you wouldn't know why are they asking for say $5, but they want me to pay extra. Yeah, I feel so bad for people. I mean, I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to go hungry, though. It wouldn't kill me for a while. But, um, uh, I'm glad both my sons have really good jobs. Thankfully, thank goodness. My youngest son, his son is an adult, works. He's working away working. So it's just him and his wife, and she works, so they'll be fine. Um, my oldest son, though, well, his wife has a good job too. They both have good jobs, but they have two kids, well, they'll be 9 and 7 this year. And the little boy is in hockey. My granddaughter's in gymnastics. So I mean, they make good money, but they also, cost them too. Yeah, Michelle. Oh, that's the truth. I guess so. We're lucky we are, all three of us actually, have live in a good country, so to speak, for the most part. Um, I just thankfully when I hear or see anything about North Korea, I say a little prayer to God. Thank you very much. I couldn't imagine living there. Absolutely couldn't imagine it. And don't get me wrong, I know Canada, I get really disgusted. I get upset and disgusted and mad and angry, and as I'm sure you do too, Michelle. But I mean, we're lucky we're here, not someplace like North Korea. To me, North Korea is one of the worst countries ever. Um, I used to think Russia, like this was when Russia and the US, the Cold War, they called it. This is years ago. I used to say, "Oh, I never want to go to Russia. No, never want to go there," because it looks so uh cold and barren, and just the pictures I saw. And then over the years, it got, I don't know if they were showing better pictures or what, but I thought I wouldn't mind going to Russia. But not with what they're doing now. Now I'm mad at Russia. Not the people. Even the people are upset. The Russian people are upset with Putin doing what he's doing. They don't like it either. His own people don't like it. Oh, yeah, Michelle, we've always had um like a lot higher than the US. I'm amazed when I would watch videos of people like what they call grocery hauls or whatever. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Canada gets killed with groceries. And this sounds bad, but I mean, I do live in a small city, so it's small. I get that. But we have what do you call it? A food bank. Now I haven't for a long time, but I have gone there, a few times. Honestly, it's I know this sounds so ungrateful, and I hate saying it, but it's true. It's junk. It was just junk. Um, like donuts or I mean, like stuff, nothing you can make a meal of. Once I got a dozen egg, which is perfect, right? Once I got a chicken, a small chicken, and that was it. Those are the only two items I remember that were any good. And that was over, I didn't go very often, but I don't even go anymore. And I see YouTube, um, people who have gone to uh, what is um have gone to get to see, oh gosh, I can't think again. I just said the word too. Food bank. People out in the US. Holy moly. Really good stuff. Like, food that they can eat and use. But here, part of me wants to say, don't even bother. I guess if you're really hungry, I guess it's better than nothing. But oh my God. You got, uh, we're getting quite a lot busy here since we halted Russia Bank. Oh, you had, um, Russia. Yeah, I am really upset with Russia, what they're doing. Like I don't, like everybody's got to sanction them. I don't know, something. Just, that kind, like, why do, oh golly, gee. Oh, really? Oh, actually, now that I think of it, there was this, though this is in Vancouver. Um, it was just on the news a couple of months ago. It's kind of set up like a store, an actual store, and people can go in and get groceries. Um, yeah, it looked good. Oh, are you close by, JC? That's what, like, oh, I think a lot of countries. You're in NATO, right? Like the Switzerland's with NATO. I know Canada is, US is. Um, Poland was trying to. They wanted to be with NATO. Um, but I guess they're a fairly new country. I'm not sure. Uh, they're not in NATO yet. Because if you're with NATO, aren't you kind of like protected? Or other countries will come and back you? I'm not sure. I'm not up on politics, but you're not. You're not. Oh, um, like on one hand, I don't want to see Canada fight. I just hate to lose people, but I feel so bad for the Ukrainian people. I just hope everybody, all the countries, really put the screws to Putin, like really put sanctions on him. Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, okay, right. Well, JC, I think you guys kind of have, in a sense, I get it. Neutral, if you can. Um, Canada fought in both world wars, but I think the U.S. I know the U.S. did in the Second World War for sure. Um, but Canada back then was under British rule, so I mean, we probably would have went and fought anyways, but uh, and I know Canada would back the U.S. um, but like I said, and Michelle, I think, said the same thing. Some days just want to close our borders and mind our business and just say neutral. Leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. You leave us alone. Oh, right. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Oh, man. What an idiot. He's a psychopath. Just wants to take that country just because. I guess it used to belong to the U when they were the USSR. I think, I don't know. But they're on their own now, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like Putin needs to get over it. It's like Quebec. There's talk of Quebec separating. Now, to be honest, I wouldn't like to see it. I feel Quebec's part of Canada. Um, in fact, I think they had a vote not that long ago, a couple of years ago, and they ended up staying. But I really don't want to see Quebec leave. But if they did, we're not going to invade them or attack them, or, and I sure as hell wouldn't want that to happen. Oh, okay. You're from like your family's from Germany originally, JC? Germany looks like a pretty country. Well, I guess to be honest, every country is pretty. They have some are more prettier than others. I don't think North Korea. I think North Korea looks awful, but that could be because of what we're. Could be partly because we're the what we're told about the uh leaders. But no, I never want to go to North Korea. No, thank you very much. I'd be terrified. But I'm sure probably North Korea. Um, I'm sure there's pretty spots there too. But that's okay. I won't see them. That's fine. Yeah, Michelle, I don't know if there's any country that's going to go to battle with Ukraine. Those, I don't know. But I'm going to certainly say a prayer for them. Uh, this reminds me when I went to Quebec, like I said, that was in the early 90s. A lot of people couldn't speak English. And I had heard that, they were really rude to English. They were nice as can be. Um, the town I lived in, or not lived in, stayed at, I went to get my hair done the day of the ceremony, and they couldn't speak English. But you could tell she tried. That girl was trying. I mean, she did, and she did my hair. I liked how she did it. Um, so that was fine. They were all nice. I liked the people. I said, even the ones that don't speak English, I said they were, I could tell they didn't give me attitude or anything. They were nice to me. But I got a cab back to Montreal. When I was going home, I got a cab back to Montreal. And the cab driver, this is no word of a lie, he spoke perfect English. I don't even think he even had an accent. And he asked me where I was from, and I just said Winnipeg. That's not where I was living at that time, but I just said he won't know if I told him where I lived, he wouldn't even have heard of it probably. So I just said Winnipeg. Um, I said Winnipeg. He said, "Oh yeah." So he said, what does the rest of Canada think about Quebec separating? Like Quebec has talked for years about separating. And I said, well, to be honest, I said this is only my personal opinion. I said I can't speak for anybody else. I said I would hate the Quebec to leave. I said I feel they're part of Canada, and I hope they stay. Um, he goes, well, I can understand why you feel that way, but he says, you know what? He says, we're just sick and tired of giving to you guys over and over and over again. I'm like, my eyes just got big as saucers. My mouth kind of dropped open. I just looked out the window. I never said a word. I didn't talk to him the rest of the way. um, And I was telling, of course, I told everybody what he said, so everybody was all mad. What do you mean give? They don't give nothing to us. We give to them. But yeah, but he's the only one, and he wasn't mean to me or rude to me. He was just giving me his opinion, but yeah, yeah, Michelle, no way. Oh, and my great grandmother. Oh wow. Yeah, Michelle, that was very brave of your grandmother, especially back then. Wow. Well, she made the right move, I think, JC. That's too bad about your grandfather, though. Yeah, I those two journalists. One was those two girls. I think Clinton. He wasn't president anymore, but he went over there and negotiated and got them released. I think they went. They were told they were on Russia or not Russia or North Korea and got arrested. That guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. That uh, Kim, whatever his name is, He's oh, I'd honestly I wouldn't want to live there. No, no. And Russia, I think their soldiers are really um their training seems to be really harsh. If it's true, what I've read about seems to be very harsh. Oh, okay, JC. Well, thank you for stopping in. It was nice meeting you. Thanks for stopping in. Take care. Do you live in a house, Michelle, or a apartment? I could ask him what time it was. I wonder what time it is in Switzerland. I know England is 6 hours ahead of us, or me. You're an hour ahead of me. Um, wonder what time it is there. And it's funny when he said Bern before earlier, I always thought Bern was in Germany. But I guess it's in Switzerland. I don't know why I thought Germany. That's what's great about um this technology. You can talk to people all over the world. My sister and I were talking not long ago about that. The great strides, like she's in her 80s, so she's a lot older than I am, but yeah, she said it's just amazing. Yeah, he is Michelle. He's insane. Oh, excuse me. He's an ugly little. I know we're not supposed to talk about looks, but he's just an ugly little shithead, inside and outside. He's ugly. I'm like, why do you want to force people to like? I don't know. If they don't want to stay, why do you want to force people? But yeah, I think he's. Um, and then I was kind of thinking. I know it's not very nice to say, but I thought it's too bad someone didn't assassinate him. But then his sister probably would be next in line. And who knows, she could be even worse than him. Just because she's a woman doesn't mean it would be better for the people. Oh, you live in a house? Oh, I miss a house. Yeah. I do miss living in a house. Though that means I'd have more to clean and I can barely keep up with my apartment, never mind a house. Oh, yes, Michelle. Thanks for stopping in. It was so nice seeing you. I've been thinking of you too as well. I hope we see each other or talk, not see each other, but talk to each other soon. I've really, really enjoyed it. I needed this. I really needed this. So thank you. I'm so glad somebody stopped in. But you take care, Michelle, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Okay, bye bye.